Hello, welcome to the Chat Shit Shed section of the Ale and Audio podcast with your host, Jimbo. Very shortly, I'll be bringing in our contestants, our resident Sheddies and quiz contestants, Andy of the Dunning in Stoke and Dave of the RD Arms in Leicester. Remember, if you are watching this on or if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple or anything like that, go check out the full version on Mixcloud. It's got all the music and everything. If you're already listening to this on Mixcloud, brilliant. You're getting all the music already. And you can also listen to this as it plays out live on Ale and Radio as well, joining all the comments, the games and all that kind of thing. That's also on Mixcloud. And finally, you can watch this on YouTube as well. So there we go. And that usually comes out on a Sunday or Monday when I've got around to actually putting on the video. But it's there. You can watch it in all its glory. Right, let's bring in our resident Sheddies. It's Andy of the Dunning in Stoke and Dave of the Hardy Arms in Leicester. How are you both doing?
He's doing fine.
Good stuff. We are kind of ready
Very
for
well.
Euros and all that kind of thing. We've been doing a sweepstakey stuff. We'll have a bit of a catch up about the sweepstake stuff in a minute. But Andy, you're in your Spain shirt because you found out last week Spain are your sweepstake team.
Yeah.
And you've got the beer, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a beer from Basqueland. It was in the back of the cupboard. It's a little bit past its best on best before date, but they're just a guideline. It's called Deep Dive because it's what you have to do to find these sorts of beers. A Deep Dive Imperial Pastry Stout at 10.5%. So that's me won that part.
Very good, excellent. So you've ticked
It's
off
very,
the Spanish beer.
It's very coffee and chocolate, Dave. You'd won like this. It's not up your street.
You wouldn't have expected that coming from Spain, would you? A coffee chocolate stout.
No.
Although, yeah. Imagine drinking that in the sunshine.
Oh, like I am. It's only currently 36 degrees in here. The perfect draft's gone up to 6 degrees. Yeah, perfect.
Well,
sweaty.
Dave,
he's there, is he there?
He's here, yeah. If you've managed to sort, he's had internet problems this week, so he might have turned off his camera, which might make his audio a bit stronger. Who knows? But Dave, you managed to. You had the hardest team of all three of us. I've got Holland, the Netherlands. Dave, and obviously Andy's got Spain, as we've just heard. Dave, you had Hungary. Have you managed to get a Hungarian beer? You ordered it while you were recording last week.
Of course, I've managed. Yeah, I've turned the video off just because it's I'll keep the audio going. But yeah, I've got Drea Gold. I think that's how it's pronounced. But I imagine it's like their version of Carlin.
Sounds like,
but it is 5%, and it's just a lager.
Very good.
Drea Gold Premium Lager.
So, did you order more than one?
Yeah,
or did you just have the one?
No, I just ordered one.
Oh, okay. I saw you. I saw you were drinking one. You posted it, didn't you? But you not drank it. Like that's what Andy did. So there we go. Good stuff.
Yeah, I don't drink it. I just saved it for tonight. Obviously, it was like £2.5, £3 for the can, and then it was like £2 postage. So yeah, you're looking at about £5. But oh well, in for a penny, in for a pound. But yeah, managed to get a Hungarian beer off a website called Best of Hungary. So they obviously sell lots of Hungarian foods and drinks and stuff.
Does it taste all right?
Tastes like lager. It's cold. It tastes better than Carlin.
Winning.
So my team is Holland, the Netherlands. I am wearing an orange T-shirt for the occasion. However, I don't have a beer. I have had my beer and I posted it, but I had it on draft when I went to Chester, which I'll tell you all about very shortly. But I did have it on draft. A La Trappe beer, La Trappe Blonde it was, very nice. And I thought, what I can do instead, I couldn't get another one. I couldn't find. I tried. My local bottle shop doesn't stock La Trappe, but I've got this. This isn't right. This is like me saying, go and get an English beer, and then you going to get a Scottish beer. I appreciate that. I've got a Belgian beer. They are next door. They once shared the Euros, didn't they?
Yeah.
So this is still European, I suppose. La Guillotine, which sounds more French, doesn't it? But it is Belgian. Who's it from? It's Belgian family brewers, I believe it is. But I can't even read the name of the brewery. I'm not very good with anyway. But there we go. There it is. And I wanted to make sure I did fit in and tried to, theme it up to be Dutch. Do you remember Dean at the Dutch Barn gave me a La Trappe glass?
Oh, he did.
He did. And unfortunately, on retrieving La Trappe glass, it fell. And although it's been very indestructible for all this time, it's fell lots of times because it's right up there with the Henderson's Relish bottles. This time, it succumbed to hitting the top of one of the Peroni bottles that someone had left in the shed from Soccer Saturday ages ago. The Peroni bottle smashed in half, still with some liquid inside it. And the La Trappe glass went into a million pieces. I've still not got it all up. It's still I'm still finding bits. So there we go. So I failed. So what I have done is I put it into a Stein glass because obviously that is where the Euros being held in Germany. Got a traditional sort of looking Stein glass, which got to point out, this is from Lidl, $3.99. Spenno's been pointing people in the right direction of it towards the what do you call it? I got Perlin something beer in Lidl, only $3.99. It's a premium sort of beer brewed to German recipe, whatever they say. I ain't had enough kind of, German lagers and stuff to really compare it to anything. I thought it was all right. Shed62 said he's had it more and he's not as keen on it. But if anything, the $3.99 is worth it to get these because these are brilliant. So get yourself a cheap pint stack. Because I've got a Stein, but it's like a litre one.
Ready for Oktoberfest.
Exactly, yeah. So, but there you go. So I recommend that. So I've kind of fitted in. I've kind of done it.
Nice.
But anyway, there we go. But what about everybody else? So should we have a little bit of an update, shall we?
Let's have a catch up.
Yeah. So here we go. I put a few pics up on the screen for our YouTube viewers. But yeah, a little bit of a catch up here. The Ale and Audio Euro 2024 sweepstake and beer challenge. Recently, who's completed it then in the last week? Well, Carl at the Beer Here Now pub shed got himself an Orangy Boom. I'd forgotten all about that, Orangy Boom. I don't think I really realised it were Dutch until Carl posted it. Not had that for ages. Good old Orangy Boom.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it's a classic. Then we've got Hopsip and a Chug, who managed to get his Belgian beer. He's got a Duvel there. Andy, you're on there. You've got your Basque beer, is that right?
Baskeland
beer. There you go, for Spain. Patriot Lockdown Bar did something very random. At work, he drew Germany, and in our sweepstake, he drew Germany. There we go. So he's done it though. He's got himself his German beer, and I also wanted to point out that Tonelli's Sports Bar, they posted this picture of him. He's got the whole family, him and the kids, 2 kids, a French shirt to wear, and actually because they are fans of Wales, obviously not involved in the Euros. So I'm
a big fan of football shirts. I think those French away shirts are one of the best designed football shirts I've ever seen. I think they're amazing.
They look like a baseball shirt.
They're almost like the Yankees baseball shirt. They're amazing. When I first saw the French playing them, I was like, I've got to get myself one of them. And then I was like, I aren't paying €120 for one. No way.
Someone else to shout out who I didn't have time to put it on the slide because it was kind of this evening at the time of recording that he posted it. But Paul at the Kraken Night, he's got himself an Italy shirt with Maldini on the back. And I think he's got a keg of that. Is it the Italian?
Looks like Paulie from The Sopranos.
He does, yeah. And what's the beer he's got? Is that for his perfect draft or is it a Blade?
It's a Blade.
Yeah. Italian beer for the Blades. So there we go. Well done to everyone on keeping up with the sweepstake. Obviously, we've lost a few people. We've lost, at the time of recording, we've lost Poland, which
we nearly lost Dave as of last night until they scored in the last kick of the match against
Exactly.
Scotland.
Were you on the edge of the seat, Dave?
I forgot to watch it.
Oh, there we go. I mean, I was kind of rooting for Scotland. They don't root for us, do they?
Me too. Me too. I was rooting for him too. I was devastated for him, actually. I think if that lad had stood his ground a little bit more, they probably deserved a penalty. But
I don't know what happened with that. That was really unusual.
It was the only chance on target the entire game, and it was 1-0, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. So unlucky, obviously, and that means that a few people have crashed out. So in terms of Poland, the Mucky Duck UK, shout out to Mucky Duck UK, they're out now of the sweepstake. Who else had Poland? Oh, Jan at the Box Nouns, she had Poland.
Fuck off.
So there we go. But obviously for Jan, it's double pain because I don't know if you know, but Jan's Scottish. It's a fact that some people know who have spoken to in person, but she's Scottish. She was born in Scotland, weren't she? So Scotland have gone as well, which means we've lost 80 beers, 2 men, and Dan the craft beer man as well are out of the sweepstake. But keep drinking those beers though.
Ooh.
That's why it's an extra double challenge there. So there we go. Anyway, are you ready? Oh, first of all, before we move on, what did you get up to? You went somewhere. You went traveling at weekend, didn't you, Andy? You went away for a bit.
Well, I went to my friend's house because we booked a day of fun in with them. They got 2 little girls, so they can't really go very far. So went around there, had a wander around town, took girls down to the park in the sunshine, encouraging them to climb on the climbing frame down the slide, which didn't need much encouragement. Then I had a few drinks and some amazing burgers in the evening. And then Sunday they went off to a friend's birthday party, as you do when you've got kids. There's birthday parties around every corner. So we had a wander around Sandbach, went into Beer Emporium, finally met Dalla from the Beer Emporium, who's contacted me and Dave on numerous occasions about various beer tastings and stuff. So that was quite fun. Then we went from there. We went to a place called All Sage, which is near Crewe. There's a bar there I've been before, and one I haven't. So went in there for a couple, and then a friend reached out and said, "Have you been to Congleton before?" And I said, "I have, a long time ago." So he pointed me in the direction of the street, the little street cellar in Congleton. So we decided to go over there. So we just spent a bit traveling around, go to a different place, a few good beers. Turned out that the little Cellar Street place they'd had a previous Father's Day a tap takeover and got loads of beers left from that. So he'd still got like loads of different day of beers on. So it was definitely worth the trip. It's good.
Brilliant. Sounds good. And in just a second, I'll tell you what I was up to as well. But Dave, what did you get up to at the weekend?
What did I get up to at the weekend? Just chilled, really. I think I had a week off work, but I spent most of it cleaning cars for other people and drinking a few beers. Obviously, me and Dunny did our cheeky little impromptu Instagram beer from the fridge live. Yeah, which we had some good beers out of. And then, yeah, pretty much just chilled one Saturday afternoon. We spent the afternoon in the bar, set up a little child's playground in the garden bar. So, you know, we can host kids now as well. So you want to bring a kid down, leave it in the garden, and we can drink.
Can I send mine down? Can I send mine down on Monday night? Would that be all right? Is that all right? Can I send it down when we're trying to record? Yeah. Yeah, I'm Steph.
There was one beer you had Friday you didn't really like. No one.
Just stick her on train.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I was gifted a 12% stout by our good friend Andros, and it was disgusting. That's definitely too
It
much.
wasn't disgusting. You
That
just
wasn't
didn't
it.
like it.
this is it. As soon as you start telling people you
No,
like
clearly
stout.
wasn't disgusting because somebody liked it. He did. Andros was a little bit disappointed that I didn't like it, but you know, you can't win them all, can you?
No.
You can't. Oh, well. Right. So I'll tell you what I did this weekend, but we'll do it through Wish You a Beer.
The medium of chance.
So it's Wish You a Beer. And we've kind of done this before. So we've done Chester before, but it was ages
We did do
ago.
Chester. This is a bit like, you know, that bit from Blind Date where they come back from a wreck, they go on holiday, and they come back and they ate each other's guts because they only went for the holiday anyway. This is where we're at. So
that's brilliant.
Rudy's Chalmers gave some recommendations in Chester. So Jim Lash here decided to go there.
That is exactly what it's like, and what I'm gonna try and what I'm gonna talk to you about. So yeah, so Angfire, let me share with you for those YouTube viewers. Let me share with you what the journey of what we did. There was some great recommendations from yourself, Andy, because I know you've been before. But I hadn't. I've been before to Chester, but not on a proper boozy trip. You know, kind of. It was a wife's weekend away. I think last time we went. So this time, me, my dad, and my one brother. I've got two brothers, but the other one didn't go because he wouldn't have liked it. But anyway, he's not a beer drinker. But anyway, so yeah, that's it. Not everyone can. Everyone likes it. It's fine. So yeah, the first place we went to was this place. Can you see my screen? Okay.
Yeah.
It was called the Brewery Tap, and it is the tap room for Spitting Feathers Brewery. I'd never heard of them before. But it's a great place. And from the outside, it was quite, you wouldn't realise it was like a bit of a TARDIS when you walked in because it's massive. You go up some steps and then you go in and it's this old, it looks like a massive sort of hall type chapel sort of thing inside. You've been before, haven't you, Andy?
Yeah. I think they have the biggest indoor Christmas tree when the Christmas comes around. It's huge. It fills the entire vaulted ceiling. It's massive when they put a Christmas tree in there. I don't even know how they get it in there, but
it's incredible. The place, and I mean, well, you can see from the pictures those on looking on YouTube, really good. And they had some great beers on as well, both cask and keg. They had obviously beers from Spitting Feathers, Bull House, Brewco were in a Belfast brewery that they had on. That was really nice. It was called Road Tripping, I think it was called. If anyone's ever had that before, I seem to have heard of it, but I don't know if I've had it before. Road Tripping, it was called. Have you had any of you had that one before?
Nope.
It sounded familiar, but then I had Flock Brewing's. What was that called? Drift, I think it was. And that was really, really good. So there they are. These are the three the beers that I had. Proper, really good. All of them were great. I mean, I kind of stuck to a similar style as you can see from mine. My dad had a bit more of a mixture. He went for a stout and all that. And I love the kind of metal tap thing, the big old industrial metal tap thing that they had the beers coming from on the keg beers as well. So yeah, Drift it was from Flock. That was probably the best of the three, but the Road Tripping was really good as well. There I am enjoying me flight of beers and the food. Andy, you've had food here before, haven't you?
Yep. The fish and chips is huge.
It is. My brothers he had fish and chips, and it were absolutely massive. That there is a halloumi, like an Indian sort of spiced halloumi burger with the sort of mint yogurt on it and stuff like that. Proper good, really good. And I like these burnt fox things they had on the table, which I wondered what it were about at first, and then I realised, well, you can see the feathers below the fox's mouth, and obviously that's the.
I think it was the original logo for the Spitting Feathers Brewery. That's obviously burnt into the wood, and then they've changed it since. But I thought it was a cock and balls when I first saw it.
It does look a bit like that, doesn't it?
I think that's why they changed it.
But it is a proper brilliant place, really good. Definitely worth a visit if you get a chance. And they're really friendly in there as well. And the food, like we said, is great. So yeah, I mean, and then the next place, this is one that I mentioned in last week's podcast. 1 second.
What now?
It's got to go let little out.
What, out to the cage?
Yeah, got to let her out cage.
Is that Jimbo with that on?
I'm sure that is him at top.
Is it? Is that Jimbo with that on, or is his dad or his brother? It's one of them.
So what you're referring to? What you're referring to?
Looks like one of the Jimbo family's gone toilet and got lost.
What you're referring to is an 8-foot gnome in this bar called the Cavern of the Curious Gnome. I have no idea how they got this gnome in there. It can't be me because it's 8 foot tall. It's got to be 8 foot that. It's absolutely huge, right? So this, I don't know if you're familiar. Obviously, Andy will be familiar with Chester. I don't know if you are, Dave, but in Chester, the shops in one part of Chester are like, or the little shops and some of the bars are up in this like this sort of like walkway thing.
Yeah.
In this building walkway. I think they call it like, is it the Rose or something like that?
Yeah.
And you walk round, and yeah, all the shops are sort of in there. So you go up some steps to get to these shops, and you walk around this thing. But this, to get to this bar, the Cavern of the Curious Gnome, you go into another bar, which is a really posh, sort of like Frenchy type wine bar thing. And then it's impossible to find. We were going around in circles trying to find it with, Google Maps on phone. And then so you go through this one bar and then up the stairs as if you go into the toilets or something. And then you enter this another huge bar. And this is what it is, the Cavern of the Curious Gnome. And they've got gnomes everywhere, including this 8-foot gnome. Like I said, I have no idea how they would have got that in there. There's no way they could have got this in there without.
No
it must have been,
way.
There's no way. Very good. It must have been built in there. That's the only explanation I've got for it.
Maybe it's always been there.
But it's
it does look like you, Jimbo.
I think it looks more like my brother. It's got my brother's kind of like gnomish beard. But they had loads of like
you pair don't look out of place on them toadstools.
Yeah,
give them a fishing rod.
We're sitting on there's toadstools pulled up to the bar, so you can sit on toadstools to drink your beers. There were loads of there were some great beers in there. I think they had the light bulb by Verdant in there.
One of Dave's all-time favourite.
You like that one, don't you, Dave? I saw you post about it this weekend.
Well, did they have it on cask or on keg?
Keg.
Because they've done a limited edition. Well, I say limited edition for their 10-year birthday. They've casked this for which.
Yeah, it was great. Oh, by the way, can you see me extra knee on this picture? Come on, knee.
What have you done there?
That is my what they call Osgood Slatters. I've had it for a long time. I can still do everything as normal, but I got it when I was a little kid, and it won't go away. It's like an extra bone thing that grows where your cartilage was. It looks like I've got an extra knee, doesn't it? It's crazy, isn't it?
You need putting down. You do.
It only ever hurts if I bang it or if I sit.
If you were a racehorse, mate,
you'd be a lasagna.
I've only just noticed that.
You'd be glue by now if you were a donkey.
But yeah, great place, and like I said, there's loads of other strange hidden gnomes about.
Are you there again?
Yep, there I am. With my sunglasses on. Light bulb. There it is. There you go. I've got a picture of it. Look, the Verdant light bulb on there.
Amazing.
And then these Barbies, probably this would be cancelled these days, but naked Barbies in a cage, hanging from
Red Eagle. Jesus.
And there it is, just to prove I did have my Dutch beer for the sweepstake
in a proper glass as well.
In the proper glass, I should have nicked that after me. What's happened with
in hindsight, you should have put it on long-term lease.
And there's a close-up of the.
Got a good old valley on him, hasn't he?
Yeah, I've just noticed on that picture as well of the light bulb, of the light shade. It says. Can you see what it says on the light shade? I've just realised what it says. It says, "Fuck Putin." So yeah, there we go.
Other Putins are available.
Yeah, there we go. So that was that place. Definitely that was see, when my dad found this, I thought this is just going to be a crazy silly bar. The drinks maybe not very good, but at least there's something to look at. But actually, the beers were very good, and it had a really good selection of beers. So definitely one worth adding to people's lists. Now this was one that you suggested, and loads of people commented in previous posts saying, "Have you been here yet? Have you been here yet?" And we did get there. Beer Heroes. Which is brilliant, and this is kind of underneath one of those like walks. See what I mentioned about the walkways with the Chester shops? This is like underneath one of those. So you go underneath it, and yeah, it's almost like sort of like cellar style with the kind of like curved ceilings in there.
Yeah.
Look at that! Look at the artwork. Brilliant. So it's like a bottle shop and bar. Yeah, it's a great place. Great artwork in there as well. I can't remember what I had in there now, but they had the in here, Dave. You'd have liked this one. They had the Mars Bar Stout from Vault City. My brother had that one.
Yeah, Vault City and Neon Raptor Mars Bar Stout.
I
did want to try that, but it sold out on Fuss Club before I could get to it.
And Andy, I did put the Lego away. after I played with it. Because there was a sign on their Lego in there that said, children who don't put the Lego away will have to clean the bar at the end of the day. Adults who don't put the Lego away need to take a long, hard look at themselves. Great signage in there. Polly's, that's what I had. Polly's Rosebud, was it? I think it was. Yeah. Really nice. Yeah, so another great place. Moving swiftly on, where do we go next? We had the brew day. I'll get onto that another time. We'll talk about that another time. But Andy, the place that you recommended, we nearly forgot this. It's only because we walked past it, it kind of landed on his list, and we're like, right, we've got to get there. This was after the brew day went here, so we'd had a fair few at this point. But they let us get a pizza from next door and take it in with us and everything, which was great. That beer place. Brilliant, great place. This, really sort of modern. There he is. He's seen his pointy stick with his hand on it, pointing at the screen of all the beers.
Is he another one of your brothers?
No, the Wilmshursts have all got a full head of hair.
All right.
It's out. Oh, my dad hasn't, to be fair. Yeah, it could be my dad's brother, I suppose. Yeah. There we go. So, but he was a very nice fella. Again, beers like fridges all down the sides as well. Great place. So that's that beer place. They had the football in there. So we watched football in there. You can see in that picture we got some mini kegs from our brew day. But I'll do that another time because this has been long.
Talk about that another time.
We will. There we go. But yeah, they had some great beers on in there. What did I have? Definitely didn't have the Emperors. I can't remember what I had now. But anyway, yeah. Oh, I had a Cloudwater, I think. No, I didn't have a Cloudwater. It was too strong. I had a Spookton. That were it. And that's somewhere I've not posted about yet. I'll tell you about that another time as well. But also got to Spookton Brew Co., which was brilliant as well. So they've got like a tap room there now. I did want to get some beers, but I was too intoxicated and carrying a big keg to be able to get them back. So I couldn't do that.
Plus, you didn't want to cut yourself taking the labels off.
Exactly, yeah, because their beer cans are dangerous. But there you go. That was a little bit more of Chester. Wish you a beer. And yeah, I had a great time. Thanks for your recommendations, Andy. It was great, and I highly recommend a visit to anyone who wants to go. But yeah, like I said, Spookton Brew Co. That's kind of hidden away on a bit of an industrial estate. Again, not too far away from the centre. Bit of searching around to find it, but it's a really great
When you've
place.
had a few pints, it's harder to find.
Definitely is, yeah. We were there 2 days. The brew day took up a full like 7 hours or something on one of them. But if we had 2 clear days, we could have spent a lot more time in a lot of those bars. They were great. So there we go. That will wish you a beer. And now it's time for the Big Pub Shed Pub Quiz with your host Jimbo, your contestants Andy of the Dunning in Stoke, Dave of the Hardy Arms in Leicester.
Oh, yes.
And you'll both be pleased to know that today, you ready for this, Dave? Andy already knows while you were sorting your Wi-Fi out. Today, we've got a new game.
Woohoo! We've got a new game.
We've got a new game.
What's in Jan's loft? What's in Jan Box's loft? What's in Jan's loft? Is it a Christmas tree? Yeah.
It's definitely not what's in Jan's loft. We'll get to it very shortly, though. But we've got some great questions and, some brilliant questions today. So pens at the ready. There's one multiple choice question. This is going to work well with Dave's delay, isn't it? There's one buzzer question.
Go first. There we go.
One buzzer question is what I mean. Sorry. So Dave's buzzer's going to be on a bit of a delay. There we go.
I'll just start smashing it now.
That's how you broke it last time.
Right. First question then. This is multiple choice, so no need for buzzing this time. Here we go. And it's a Euros themed question. So the Chelmsford pub, the Wheat Sheaf, have been in the news this week after changing their pub name to what during the Euros? It's either the Jared Bowen, the Southgate, or the Pickford Arms. What have they changed their pub name to just for the Euros? Who's going to go first? Should we get Dave go first with his delay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on then, Dave.
I was gonna say the Pickford Arms.
Okay. The
I was going to
Pickford
go
Arms.
with the Jared Bowen. That's a good one. I like the name of that one.
Yep, the Jared Bowen against the Pickford Arms. No one's saying the Southgate. Of course, at
No.
the time of recording, we do know that England are through. There's no way they can mess it up. But what position will go
Pretty sure
through?
about that.
I'm pretty sure. One of our local pubs tweeted it earlier, but I don't think with 4 points you can go wrong. Really, I think you're kind of guaranteed a place with the sound of it. But obviously, the performances haven't been great, have they? And this is at the time of recording before the Tuesday match, so you never know. We might have picked things up a little bit, but it's not been great. Yeah, it's not been great. But anyway, so has anyone got it right? Dave went for the Pickford Arms. Andy's gone for the Jared Bowen. Who's got it right? Has anyone got it right? Someone has. It's definitely not the Southgate. It's definitely not the Southgate. Well done to Andy.
Oh, yeah.
The Jared Bowen. I suppose Chelmsford's probably down that neck at Woods, isn't it? Whereas Pickford's based up in Edinburgh.
Sod the football.
Everton, sorry.
Sod the football. They've got a beer pong tournament on every Friday with cash prizes. Now you're talking.
So there we go. We'll do a future wish you a beer for Chelmsford, shall we? And then you can pop to the beer pong tournament at.
It does say there's no stopping at any time, no loading at any time. No, those two people shouldn't be there.
So there we go. That's the Jared Bowen, and that is currently the name of the Wheatsheaf pub in Chelmsford until England get knocked out, I imagine. Yeah, there we go. Right, your next question, and it's multiple choice again. So Andy, you're going to go first with this one. What clever marketing campaign have Heineken recently launched? It's either Beer Olympics, which is a range of beer mats with beer-themed games on that you can play in the pub during the Olympic Games, or it's Heinecare, which is an insurance scheme for people who lose beer during the Euros celebrating goals, so people who spill beer and stuff. Or is it free Heineken Zeros for designated drivers, one per group of 5 during the Euros? Which of those marketing campaigns?
I think it's the free beer for drivers.
You think so?
Something about that draws my eye to it, so I'm going to stick with that.
It's a good idea, isn't it? It's a positive thing for them to do. Yeah. Cool. So, Dave, what about yourself?
I'm actually just cracking another can of beer open. I'm going to say, I think I've seen this. So I'm going to say the Heineken, an insurance scheme for people who lose beer during the Euros celebrating goals.
Okay.
I think I've seen an article.
Okay. Well, obviously, Aldi, we mentioned this in Martin Brewis across the week on Ale and Radio, but Aldi and in Brews Round last week as well, Aldi have done something similar where you can get yourself free beer because they worked out so much. They're scientists, Aldi scientists. Imagine being an Aldi scientist. Worked out that so much beer gets spilled.
An Aldi scientist has got a great job because he just has to figure out what tat people don't know they need to put in the middle aisle.
Yeah. Anyway, I'd love that job. So anyway, has anyone got it right? Somebody has got it right. It's definitely not Beer Olympics, although that definitely could be a thing.
Down the corner.
Well done to Dave. You are correct. So they've launched this Heinecare, an insurance scheme for people who lose beer during the Euros celebrating goals. Apparently, they've got some beer mats out with a QR code on it, so you can scan it and claim like a free beer and stuff like that. Which they say is, if you've, I don't think it's policed as much as have you actually spilt any beer and all that kind of thing. But yeah, they're doing a bit of a marketing campaign. But I really do also like they've done a little advert for their pint show instead of poncho. So it's some beer it's some
not being funny.
Beerware.
If you can get hold of one of them, get hold of one of them because I'm telling you now, I've come to the realization that this sort of shit in a few years is worth a lot of money.
I don't know if they've actually made it or just mocked it up.
Honestly, if they have got one, get one. Because honestly, you know what I showed you football shirts last week?
Yeah.
So there's a website called classicfootballshirts.com.
Yeah.
And I showed you this one. Now, I remember buying this on a school trip, this French kit. Now, this doesn't have, obviously, before they won the World Cup, so it doesn't have a star on it. And I showed you this last week, and I thought, I'll have a look on the website, see how much you get for these shirts. This one, by itself, 250 quid.
Get it sold. How much
No
beer would you
way.
get for that?
250 quid. Portugal shirt, nondescript white Portugal shirt, 125 quid.
Oh, my God.
A blue 1998 Netherlands shirt, £175.
I'd be selling mine straight away.
And this one is hard to find. This could be anywhere in the region of £200 to £300.
Mad. That's
Mad.
your England. That's your England shirt. Your England '98 away shirt. That one, yeah.
And obviously the really touch tight Italian one. It's a real collector's item as well. That is also £100. So
very nice.
I didn't do too bad, did I?
Yeah. Remember, everyone, don't throw away your Ale and Audio t-shirts because they could be worth even more.
It'll come around. One man's tat is another man's treasure. There we go.
You know, I could imagine wearing that pint show though instead of a poncho. Liam Gluglager. That'd suit him, wouldn't it?
I'm thinking, Dave. I'm not sure how much these hats are going to be worth, but I'm definitely keeping hold of this.
That's an Ale and Audio original Ale and Audio bucket hat. There we go.
Yeah,
good stuff. Right, it's time for your buzzer question. So, what are we going to say? Does Dave get an head start?
Yeah. I'll give him a second.
Here we go then.
Yeah. Text me the question.
Text you the question. No, we'll just put it up. We'll give you a second head start. Anyway, here we go. I think, to be fair,
I'll cover my eyes, Dave.
I think this question does favour you, Andy. I think. Here we go then. Okay, so which retired wrestler has launched their own beer last week called Real American Beer? Dave?
Well, Stone Cold's already got his own, and I was going to say, is it Hulk Hogan?
Dave? You're correct. Well done.
Oh!
It is Hulk Hogan. There he is. Real American Beer.
Brother.
Yeah, brother. With his...
I
forgot you do like wrestling, don't you? I forgot about that, Dave. You are a wrestling fan, but I thought it might be from before your time. Me and Andy are a little bit older than you.
Dave used to have a tash like
that. Real American Beer. Hulk Hogan. Yeah, brother.
How old is Hulk Hogan now? Because he looks older than
70.
My dad.
70.
Yeah, he's older than my dad. I knew that.
There we go.
Oh, right.
Oh!
I'm not even pressing it.
He's
broken.
He's broke his buzzer again. Right.
What a hit.
Okay. I think this might be your last question now. It's multiple choice. Okay. Oh, good. So this might be your last question then. It's multiple choice. Here we go. This is a great one. And I believe it was sent in by Abby Tronic, who sent us this one. What has the Old George Inn, South Kearney in Gloucestershire been serving up customers? It's gone a bit viral. It's either meals in drip trays, Guinness in soup bowls, or shepherd pies in pint glasses. So meals in drip trays, Guinness in soup bowls, or shepherd's pies in pint glasses. The Old George Inn pub in South Kearney, Gloucestershire, has been serving this up. Which one of those is it?
I think Pat thinks every meal's a drip tray. So I'm going to go with, I think, shepherd's pie in a pint. I think I've seen a picture of a shepherd's pie in a pint glass, I think. So I'm going to go with that.
Okay. Dave?
That was exactly the same thing as I was going for, because I'm sure I've seen the same picture of a shepherd's pie in a glass.
Bonus point. What glass was it you think you've seen it in?
John Smith's
I'll tell you
glass.
what glass it is. Yeah, it's a John Smith. Yeah, like just a normal, like bitter style glass.
I think you're going to be even more disgusted than that. Well done, both of you.
Hey, I'll take the one in the tankard. No problem. You're definitely getting more for your money there. Mashed potato.
The one in the Guinness glass looks a bit raw.
Yeah, I think that's a dirty glass.
It looks disgusting, that, doesn't it? But yeah, shepherd's pies in pint glasses is what they've been serving up. I'm not sure what I think about that. Really not sure.
Did you chug it?
Oh, they have to serve it with a spoon. I mean, to be fair, some drinks are getting like that where they might have to actually serve them with a spoon.
There's actually an alien eating those roast taters behind the Guinness.
Yeah, I saw that. That looks really weird, doesn't it? It's like someone's got some sort of like weird octopus thing on their plate behind. So they're serving up some strange things in that pub. But anyway, there we go. That's the old George.
I definitely have that. I once had garlic prawns. What were the garlic prawns in a tankard, and they came in a old man's tankard like that, big, full prawns, all garlic and butter and stuff. And he kind of ripped them apart. They were really good.
I cannot think of anything worse. Anyway, there we go. So now we're on to what's that pub shed sound? And it's time to clear up last week's pub shed sound because obviously we need to know what it was. So loads of people got it right. It wasn't a difficult one last week at all. So let's have another listen to it.
What's this pub shed sound?
That's going to be this week's pub shed sound. Let's have a listen to last week's pub shed sound. This is last week's. Can you remember what you both said last week when you guessed in our uncut
version?
Putting
cans in your fridge.
Putting cans in the fridge. Dave, I think you said the same, didn't you?
Yeah. Cans in the fridge.
Yeah. Well done to both of you and everybody else. There were loads of people who got that one right. Congratulations. That's what it was. Stocking up the fridge with some cans. There we go. So this week's pub shed sound has once again been sent in by Spenno. I don't know what it is, so it's going to be one of them again that we've got no idea. So good luck to you, because I'm not sure what this is. So everyone have a listen, wrap your ears around this. If you are listening to us live on Aylin Radio, please do pop your thoughts into the Mixcloud chat. That's absolutely fine. And also, if you were not listening to this live on demand or whatever, send me a message, help me out, because I ain't got a clue what it is either. So I'd love to know what you reckon this is.
What's this pub shed sound?
So there you go. That was it once. And once again, what is this pub shed sound?
What's this pub shed sound?
We'll leave it there. Andy and Dave will discuss in our Uncut section what they think it is. And then we'll be talking in the Uncut section. We've had a couple of weeks off condiments, but we're going back to condiments. Okay. What was that pub shed sound? Let us know. Andy, Dave, what do you reckon?
Was he trying to take the radio?
Loading a tape player.
Yeah. I think he was trying to record the radio.
Yeah.
I first thought it might
play and record.
Yeah. I first thought it might be
a fucking advert.
It sounded like a can crusher to me, and I did ask Spenno if it was that, but we've had that recently, and it definitely was. It's not a can. It's not a can crusher. Hearing it back, I seem to think it's a bit like. It almost sounds a bit like some sort of staple gun or a tacker or something like that. You know, we like stick things up with something. Like I don't know. Almost a bit like what they stick old-fashioned like price labels to stuff up with as well. But you wouldn't do that.
Stapler.
No, yeah, you wouldn't do that in your pub shed though, would you? Mm.
No, you be careful what you stick up things.
So I'm not
But you
sure.
think-
Anyway,
You'll
did
get
I
your
win the
fingers
quiz?
stuck.
I
Yeah.
I think you might have, Dave. We'll mention that again in a bit. Look at that.
Dave loves
think
winning the quiz.
I think he's got like a delay. He's playing some sort of like
Yeah.
cheating here. Like he's got this delay has been done on purpose so he can like relay the answers back.
Basically, he's got phone a friend
Yeah,
on his phone. He's playing the questions to.
yeah, that's it. So anyway, so you've got no idea other than what you've said. Some sort of tape deck you thought. Go one more time. Let's play it one
Yeah.
more time.
What's this pub shed sound?
That's Benno.
Weird, that, isn't it? I'm not sure. It's definitely like clicking something, like almost like it could be like a lighter or something, but then lighters aren't quite as loud. I don't know.
It isn't one of them. Dave, you've got one. It isn't one of them boxes that you like put sliced up lemons and stuff in, opening and closing.
Yeah, like a little fruit with a lid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have got one of them. You're right.
Mm.
Thing is, though, I do
Dunno.
think it could be a tape deck though, because tapes are coming back in fashion.
They are. Yeah, I've got a cassette. I do have a cassette. I bought it so I could get access to Arctic Monkeys tickets quicker for last year, and it made absolutely zero difference. So there we go.
I'll be back in a second.
Oh no!
Did you
We know
still-
what he's coming back with now. He's coming back with he's coming back with all his cassettes, isn't he? We're going down nostalgia lane again, right? I want to wait for Andy to get back.
I
before
think
talk
somebody
to
needs to tell Andy somebody needs to tell Andy that the 90s have called and they want his fucking life back.
Is it loft 90? Always I can see him coming back.
I mean, he's been up his mum's loft once, and all he's done is brought all his shit back with him. That's all he's done.
got a boom.
I bet Sam
he's
loves
got
having all this crap in the house.
He's got a boom box as well. Look at that.
Look at that, Badger. Only FM only. It's basically dead.
Look
Can't get Alien Radio on that.
I think what you should do is retrofit DAB to that.
I think the funny thing
Buy
about
DAB
it is,
radio, take the internal back.
the funny thing about it is, there's still 6 of these badges in it.
Is battery.
You would never guess what these batteries are from.
Safeway.
Safeway.
This is so weird, right? That you
Do you think
mentioned
they do 79p beer still?
They've been shut for 20 years, Dave.
Well, it's weird that you mentioned Safeway, right? Because you know when I went on this brew day the other day, a couple of guys who were on it with us, who were both brothers, right? They both worked for Safeway in the past, like making systems and all that kind of thing for Safeway. The other interesting thing, what was that? The other interesting thing about these two blokes, by the way, who we went on the brew day with, they were both born in Manchester. One of them now lives in Chester, and the other one lives in Chesterfield. I thought that was quite interesting and unusual. There we go.
Now, it does have a little flicker of life in it. The light does come on.
But no sound.
Maybe.
The lights are on, but no one's home.
Like me. Amazing. I think this on the things of tats that are worth something, this isn't on that list.
Oh, imagine if you could get that working, though.
What do you mean if I can get it working? I'm sure it's working.
Get a cassette on it then.
All you got to do is put battery in.
And a cassette. Yeah. You mean to say those Safeway batteries aren't working 20 years later?
No, the literally a little bit of light came on. Yeah. Lights on, no one's home.
They've held the charge. Right, are you ready for this? Right. I only wish we were together in person for this. We're going back condiments, right? I went to
Condiment.
Asda and I saw this the other day. And today I went to Asda again and I thought, you know what? If it's still there, I'm picking one up and I'm going to do a taste test on the podcast. Condiments.
It must be something you like, Steve.
Something I think I might like, but I'm not
Endos,
sure.
Some sort of Endos relish.
No. Have you ever seen it? This is the first time I've seen it. If this has been about a long time, sorry, but it's the first time I've seen this. Morley's fried chicken sauce, Heinz.
What?
Fried?
I don't even know who Morley's are.
I don't, but it's fried chicken sauce.
I remember that. Remember there was some mayonnaises, weren't there, with gravy flavored mayonnaise and stuff.
I've seen chip shop
Oh,
curry
he's going
mayonnaise.
for it. He's going for it.
I'm going for it.
He's not supposed to have chicken, this lad.
No, checked it. It's vegetarian. Checked it. Right. So I've got a little dish.
Never seen a chicken.
No,
in his
just
life.
squash it straight in your gob. Straight in. Oh,
Have you got anything
Yes, I've got
to dip in?
Seabrook's salt and vinegar fries. Because I ain't got time to cook actual chips.
oh.
And I
do
do.
what I did with brown sauce. Straight in.
Oh, bring air fryer in here. I never thought about that. That is an idea.
I think I
That-
could air fry. I think I could air fry fucking loads of stuff in here at this temperature.
That could go. The air fryer could go where the submachine is.
Snack machine.
Right. So this
We
is.
just need
I think
Jimbo's
what-
ass.
I'm going
Bob
to
fucking
buy
his
Sam a
house.
new air fryer just so I can have the one we've got in here and just call it the snack machine.
Heinz Heinz chicken. What is it called again?
Sick.
Heinz fried chicken sauce. It says Morley's, if that's a thing. I don't know.
I
Here we
don't know
go.
what that is.
It makes me want to go back for more. So you can hear the crunch. Mmm. That
What
is
a
good.
twisted sicko.
That is good.
You'll
So
see him later, David. We're like imperial leather in the shower with it.
So this is a this is a new feature. It's whose turn is it next week to bring on a sauce?
What? What dipping? Yeah. we didn't know we went
dipping
into
whose
ASMR, did we?
What's
Hey.
up? Yeah, you can bring in your own sauce next week. That is good. Can I say? I think I need to try it with something else that's not as crispy. They've tried it with like actual chips or something.
Just go.
Yeah, that's strange though, isn't it? But anyway, there we go. Got a fried chicken sauce there.
I'm sure there are no other fried chicken sauces available as well.
That yeah.
That's the one-off, I think.
Anything else you want to discuss before we
You
move
can
on?
keep that one.
You can shove it.
I think
Am I the only person? Am I the only
you've done your
person in the
condiment.
world? Am I the only person in the world that does not like KFC gravy?
I can't say I've had it enough to be able to say, Dave.
I
Go mad
don't
for KFC.
mind a bit of KFC gravy. It's not my go-to, but do you want to know how it's made?
Yes.
That's what. I think that's what puts me off it, Dave.
Yeah, it's basically the fat and all the scrapings off the bottom of the fryers shoved into some gravy granules and then a bit of boiling water added to it.
Waste.
So
not,
you
not,
imagine
not.
all the shit that comes off it, that's what's in it. Yeah.
Definitely not suitable for me.
No, it's not vegetarian.
No, you know what? KFC's not very vegetarian, really, is it?
No.
No.
In fact, they do a vegan burger, but usually when you go, you order one, and then they tell you later, like after about 10 minutes of waiting, that they've not got any. But the last time I went and ordered a vegan burger from KFC, it blew up the microwave, so I had to get another refund. I never went back since. So
It's a bit
So,
like
yeah.
Filet-O-Fish at McDonald's, isn't it?
Yeah. Right. Here we go. It's time for a bit of this.
New game.
Not yet.
I got a pub shed in my garden and a bottle shop in my town. I love the craft and perfect draft and a 2-for-1 discount. So when it comes to beer, I need a deal that'll keep the prices at a steal. So I'm calling up Martin Brewis.
Martin Brewis.
There's not loads and loads at the minute. We've kind of had all the Euro stuff ongoing, and anything that's kind of instant. Again, we've been putting on Ale and Radio, so make sure you listen to that. A couple of things
I got, you know, you keep your eye out for the perfect draft emails. I got a deal last week with nearly 30% off kegs. So I paid with my discount. I paid like 50 something quid for 3 kegs.
There you go. That's good. That makes it. I mean, what 10 pints in a keg is
Yeah.
it? That's 30.
And
30
the dates on them are up until like October on the keg. So
Oh,
I don't even have to drink them straight away, which is good.
I bet they've seen a massive influx recently with the submachine news. They've got to have, haven't they? I know. I'm still considering it.
What about the new machine though?
You see, I don't think it's the one that you were
I don't know if it's new or not.
I don't
never
think
seen
it is.
before.
I don't think it is. I think it's just been a bit hidden away. And I think the problem. So what we're talking about is the beer tender by Krups, isn't it? So the same people who make the submachine, and it takes mini kegs, but it only takes these kind of like plastic topped mini kegs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So not like your kind of standard supermarket or brewery mini kegs, which I think that's where it falls down straight away. But I'm going to get onto them and see if we can test it, because you know they might be better value than what the sub ones were, if they sell them in good prices and stuff like that. So yeah, I shall get onto them and ask about that, see if we can test one out. But a couple of Martin Brewis deals I've seen. First of all, now Buxton Brewery have been struggling a little bit recently. I've not heard much of an update from that side of things in terms of how they're doing now, but I know that they had a period where they were looking a bit shaky, weren't they? They had a few difficulties where they were kind of still operating as normal, but they were looking for kind of more investment and stuff like that. But if you check out Buxton Brewery's website, I did notice they've got quite a few savings on there, like anything from like 5% to I think I saw like maybe 20%, 15% and stuff like that on some of their bundles that they do. So Buxton Brewery have got some really, really good beers, to be fair to them. Obviously, you see some in supermarkets, but they do a lot as well, kind of other beers as well that you don't often see, obviously in supermarkets. So definitely go and check them out. But the other thing I noticed while I was there is that if you obviously we talk about signing up for mailing lists and how much that's worth doing, because obviously Andy got his 30% off his perfect draft kegs the other day. Keep signing up to mailing lists, because with Buxton, you don't get a discount. I mean, you might get a discount, but you also get the chance to win a case of beer just by signing up. So for case of just using an email, maybe not the email you use for everything, just sign up and enter. You got a chance to win a case of beer from Buxton. Can't be bad, can it? Could be you.
No, sounds good.
So that one I spotted. Another thing on the Euros, score some fresh craft beer. 30% off all Euro bundles with 7 Brothers. So they've got a few offers on there. And again, you never know. You might be able to sign up to the mailing list at the same time, maybe get yourself an extra bit of a discount. But 30% off some of their beers on their Euro bundles. That's not a bad deal. Go check that one out. And the last one from me that I've got, I don't think there's many, like we said, but keep an ear on Ale and Radio, because we put the new ones on there. 15% off 12 packs of, I think, I don't know how to say that, because it's got loads of like, just Dest, is it? Just Dest.
Mm-hmm.
Just Dest, there I go. It's got loads of little things above its letters, so I thought. Anyway, so this is Beak.
So it's funny because they've put that on offer because they've had to, this is Dest 2.0 because, Tiny Rebel got done all them times ago for like beer labels for kids, like because it's very Teddy friendly. So Beak got subpoenaed with the same message, which it was a cloud being hugged by the sun. So they had to do a new label for it. So this is the same beer, different label, but in order to bring it about, they bought 15% off.
That is a really interesting fact. So yeah. Now I've got to stipulate that at the time of saying this, so I got the email about this on Sunday night. We recorded on Monday, and it said this offer's available till Monday. So I don't know whether that's quite a short amount of time. So I don't know whether they were referring to the Monday.
They do Spitfire offers. I've signed up to their email list. I saw the same thing. So
yeah.
So they don't just do real. If you've had beak beers, which most of us have had a beak beer, they do amazing hazy pales and that sort of stuff that are really good. But what they love making, which may surprise everybody, is lager, and that one is especially good.
Yes, it really is. Definitely go see if you can get hold of that. And actually, I was speaking. So in today's show, for people who've already listened to that, I was speaking to Jane Payton, who is the founder of Beer Day Britain, and an absolutely amazing woman. She's got world records for breaking beer tasting records and stuff like that with loads of groups of people. And she's the first ever Britain official beer sommelier and the first ever certified cider sommelier. I think they call it a pommelier, a cider official, a pommelier. She's the first ever one of those, and they are in her area, and she loves her sort of like proper lagers.
It's devastating that they had the Three Hills Festival last weekend, which they had to cancel because the weather ripped their camp gazebo apart. So everybody descended in loose and outside of Brighton. So that's where they're based. Go and see them.
And they're opening a new tap room, aren't they? Which we've mentioned a few times with some of our guests recently. Because we had Alex Stevens beer on last week, who's in the sort of Brighton area as well. So yeah, Beak are brilliant. Yeah, but go check out that little offer: 15% off 12 packs of Dest. Like I say, maybe there now, maybe not, but definitely sign up for the mailing list because they do those very quick fire offers, don't they? So if you're quick, you can get a good Beak deal. There we go. Anything else before we move on?
The only other one is, we've heard it many times before, but Bruiser. They keep your eye out for their monthly brewery of the month. So you get the reason I mention it is when I went around my mate's house on Saturday, he'd got some beers from, and let me just make sure I get this right, Missing Link Brewery, and they look like they've got an ape as a logo. And now I'd never heard of them before, and he hadn't, but you could get them on Bruiser, brand new brewery, and it cost him £29 delivered for 8 different beers, and they're all 40ml cans. We tasted the New Zealand Pale, I think it was, the New England Pale Ale, and the Dipper that they've got. The Dipper's called Baboon, they're all like monkey names, I think, but it's called Baboon. And I said, it's best not smell like a baboon's arse after I'd opened it, but it was very good. But he'd got some left over, so we didn't drink him dry. But I think I might even try them out at some point. I've never bridged that far, but I think some of the breweries that are coming online with them are definitely new ones as well. So keep that.
Yeah, down in Kent.
They do a Bruiser box of the month, they said, that's like cheaper than the normal rate, but it might be somebody you've never heard of before. So
yeah, I've not had a Bruiser box for a while, but I am subscribed with them. I've had a couple, and they've always been really good. I think I've had Farmyard, and I've had that Verdant box that I had. They are really good. Missing Link down in Sussex or Kent, I think they are, West Sussex, Kent. And I think Hop, Sip and a Chug had one of their boxes from Bruiser as well. I remember seeing that on his page. But yeah, really, really good. And I think I've seen on the bar at the commercial up here a couple of times. We've had Missing Link. Maybe they are like you say, fairly new, and maybe they were doing some offers.
Maybe they've been around for a while.
I've
just never seen them because I don't get them in my shops. So.
Yeah, but they are quite that sort of like guerrilla sort of logo, really sort of like recognizable. Yeah, so there we go. Good stuff. Anything else? Or are we moving on, Dave?
I've just had a quick look through my emails actually, and I've had an email from Beer Wolf, obviously the people that do the sub, and what we've now just spoke about, the beer tender. and they've sent me £150 off starter pack to buy a blade machine. So it's I think it's a refurbished machine, plus a keg, I think, or something like that. But yeah, so definitely worth signing up. Like we say, worth signing up to emails because yes, there's £150 off blade starter packs. So yeah,
Good shout. Yeah.
like I say, worth signing up to the emailing list because you'll get decent discounts like that.
Good stuff. I'll have a look out for that. I'd be tempted to look at that. I do feel like I've got room for another machine.
If you want to buy a blade machine, let me know. You can have a discount.
Yeah, I do feel like I've got room for another machine now the sub's going. But I still want to find a good mini keg alternative that takes any mini keg. That's the dream, I think. But one that you don't have to faff about too much with the gas and stuff.
Yeah,
because I've heard mixed reviews about those. So, all right then. Here we go.
Hello everyone, I'm the Compare Without Compare, and here at the Ale and Audio Pub Shed tonight, I'd like to introduce our turn Sheddie Mercury.
So the shed door's been open all night until that point. We start having to shout
Shut
the day
the
over
door.
there. Yeah, no one needs to hear that. Okay, so Sheddie Mercury then. Last week, you didn't know the answer, did you?
No.
A couple, I can't remember it was. I need to set up a system where people can submit answers and it goes into a little spreadsheet for me. That would be the best thing. But I can't remember who got the right answer last week. I'm sure there were a couple. I said it was a sports chanting song. What was he was singing last week? And it was the White Stripes 7 Nation Army. Da, 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 da. But he was singing the bit before that to make it harder.
No, it wasn't.
It was that. Definitely was.
It wasn't.
This week, I didn't know what it was, but I guessed it right. And I guessed it right before the end of easily. I bet I got it right before not even halfway through. So I found this quite easy. But I do like this song. All right. So
It's from Sheffield, Dave.
Not from Sheffield. Definitely not from Sheffield. But I don't think it is. But anyway,
everything from Sheffield.
Here we go. Sheddie Mercury, take it away. What is he singing? Oh, I wish you did the rest of it. I think Andy knows. Dave, we'll play it one more time for our listeners and then we'll get your answers. But here we go. One more time. Sheddie Mercury, take it away. There we go. Right before he breaks into the full chorus there, he stops. But anyway, Dave, do you know what it is?
Yep.
Go on then, Dave.
Delayed. It's the Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley.
Hey, well done, Dave.
I know. He was one of the best.
Never Gonna Give You Up.
One of the best acts at Glastonbury last year, and Glastonbury's back this weekend. So
yes, cannot wait. That is I tell you what, Glastonbury is one of the best pub shed weekends because obviously BBC put a lot of it on. You can watch the live stuff. Absolute make the most of Glastonbury if you've got a pub shed.
We're having a bit. I'll tell you in a minute. But yeah.
We'll do it. Yeah, excellent. So there you go. It was. We all got rickrolled by Sheddie Mercury this week. Well done. Love that track. Brilliant. Good stuff.
Dude.
Can we just say as well, Dave's on fire this week. He might have got his delay.
Oh,
He's won,
Dave is on fire.
he's won the quiz. He's won the quiz. And yeah, and he's even got Sheddie Mercury right. So there we go. Well done, Dave. Right. Thing is, though, now it's time for a new game. Do you want to see what your new game is?
Go on, surprise us.
Nope.
Welcome to The Weakest Drink with Can Robinson.
Colin.
Hush.
So, The Weakest Drink. Now, this is an idea from Joe at the Brew Club Hull. So very simple. So what I've got is I'm going to put up on screen for you 6 drinks, okay? 6 beers. Now, these beers are all beers that people in our pub shed community have been drinking over the last week or so. I've named the beers and the breweries, but not gone into any more detail. So it's how well you might know some of these beers and know what kind of beers they are as to which ones you think are the strong ones and which ones are the weak ones. So as we eliminate each one, you've got to try and go as far as you can in order and eliminate them in the right order. Weakest drink to the strongest. Does that make sense? So with our first time,
this is higher and lower. Back.
It's kind of higher and lower, yeah. But you're doing it as a team. It's the weakest drink.
Okay.
But yeah, so you've got to. They're all obviously
Yeah,
all gonna,
you've
you've
got
got to
to
get.
pair in this game.
I'm just rebadging it. That's it. So I'm going to put the drink now. It's the first time we've done it, so I'm using us. You know, yourself and Dave. A drink from Dave's in there. A drink from Andy's in there. One that you've had recently. No looking in your fridges. No looking in your fridges. That's not allowed. And there'll be a few from.
If I drank them, they've gone.
There'll be a few from other people in the community as well, but we'll mix this up every time we do it and pick different people's beers that they've had, depending on what people have been drinking. So generally, we might go for the same sort of style as well to make it a bit more difficult. Because obviously, if someone's drinking an Imperial Stout, you know, that's going to be a heavy one, don't you? So
Weak one, yeah.
Exactly. So here we go. Here are your 6 beers. So we've got at the top here, Andy Dunn. Not long ago, I think it was last week, you was drinking Rivington Brew Co. Moved to the country. Is that what you had on the podcast?
No.
Okay.
Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches.
Dave was drinking at the weekend. Dave at the weekend was drinking Verdant Brewing's Heart and Minds. Not long ago, at the weekend, one of Kev's Friday Fours was Glory Old Garden Pub's Shiny Brewery, I Want to Be a Cowboy Baby. I've got that in my fridge, part of the DDH Dad's Father's Day box. Miss Pastry Stout was drinking Track X Fiden's Brew Co. I think I said that right. If I spelled that right. And it was called Maiden. And then Pablo Disco Bar, you know, he likes his Northern Monk. He was on his Northern Monk and Cloudwalker Lizard Liquor. And then we had the Spencer Arms just the other week on Bang the Elephant Whale Sounds. So between you, both of you, you're not in a competition. You need to try and do this together as a team. Which is the weakest beer on screen so far? Discuss your thoughts.
Weakest beer. I would say it's between the Shiny Brewery one or potentially Pabs's one, the Northern Monk. You think the whale one is? It looks really thick though. It's like, is it
the whale? It's a tough one.
No, you see, if you look on the side of the whale can, it's a tipper.
Oh, big one.
Oh, I didn't think you could see that.
That's a big one. And I think that's going to be more than the one
I think the Fidens, I think the Track and the Fidens one's stronger than the one you had, Dave. So I think the whale one,
I think it's going to be the Shiny
one. So it's between Pabsy's Lizard Liquor, the one I had. Just trying to think, the one I had, I think, was a double dry hopped IPA, so probably around the 6.5% mark.
Yeah, that shiny cowboy baby one I don't think is that. So
Should we go with that one? Should
so
we go with shiny?
Glory Hole, go with shiny one then.
Let's go with shiny. It's the weakest.
So they're both going with shiny. The I want to be a cowboy baby.
Yeah.
They're both going with. I kind of did give that clue away, didn't I? Because yeah, it's a DDH beer, that one, because it's in the dad's DDH box that they did for Father's Day. So they're going that as the weakest link out of the possible 6 so far. So let's find out. Let me do that again. That wasn't very loud, was it? Glory Old Garden Pub, Shiny Brewery. I want to be a cowboy baby. You are the weakest link. Drink. Gone well. Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, well done. You got that right. Excellent. Well done. So that's one down. You've got the first one correct. Well done. So the first one's right. But what next is the weakest drink?
Pablo.
No. I think that's a bit stronger.
So you think so? Andy's
Simon.
saying no to Pablo's Northern Monk Cloudwater.
I think it's mine's the next one.
Do you know which
Andy
one
reckons-
what yours was?
I think it's 6 point something.
Do you think pastry stats is a bit more then?
That's definitely more because that's a gold top dipper.
Oh yeah, you can just see it. DDH
No,
dipper.
I know what that beer is. I know that's more. I'm just struggling
Go on then,
between
we'll go
that
for
one and
yours.
yours. Whether yours is
No, mine's
whether yours-
8.2%.
yeah, whether that's slightly more or less than that one. I'm going to say mine's next.
So
Go for yours. then.
Andy going for and Dave both agreeing on Rivington Brewco's move to the country as the next weakest drink. Let's find out, shall we? Here we go.
Might be.
Well done, Andy. Congratulations, and Dave, well done. You worked it out. The Rivington Brewco moved to the country DDH IPA was 6%. So obviously higher than the previous one, the Glory Old Garden Pub's I Want to Be a Cowboy Baby from Shiny, which was a 5.6. So yeah, 6% was the next one up in the chain. So you've got a few left. So just for the listeners, ones we've got left, then we've got Hardy Arms Verdant Brewing Hearts and Minds drink that he had. And then we've got Miss Pastry Stouts Track and Fiden's Brewco Maiden, Pablo Disco Bar's UK's Northern Monk and Cloudwalker Lizard Liquor, and then the Spencer Arms Bang the Elephant Whale Sounds. We're looking for the weakest of those four now. They've done so well so
Got me
far.
Northern Monk, Dave.
Yeah, go Northern Monk.
Both going Northern Monk.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's find out, shall we? Correct again. Well done. Spot on. So the Northern Monk Cloudwater is Lizard Liquor DDH IPA 7.5%. That means we've just got the 3 left now. So Pablo Disco Bar's drink's been eliminated as the weakest drink. The last one's left, the Spencer Arms, Bang the Elephant, Whale Sounds, Hardy Arms, Verdant Brewing, Hearts and Minds, and Miss Pastry Stouts, Track, and Fiden's Brewco Maiden. This is where it gets tough.
I think the
It
Fiden's
gets
double
tough.
double dry hop dipper is about 8.4 or 8.5.
That mine was 8.2. I'm sure it was.
Go on, I'm going to go with yours then.
Yeah,
Next.
go on then.
Definitely, yeah. You better not be fishing it out of the bin, Dave.
It's long gone out of the bin. That is. I knew what. I'm sure it's 8. I'm sure it's 8.2%. Oh, it could
Right.
be 8.4.
Oh,
We've gone for it now. We've locked the answer in, Dave.
Okay,
Right.
go for it.
So we're going for the Hardy Arms Verdant Brewing Hearts and Mind as the next weakest drink. Here we go. No, you went
8.14.
wrong. It was 8.2% was Miss Pastry Stout's Track and Fiden's Brewco Maiden. Dipper 8.2%. So yeah. I think you know the last two, don't you? You got so close. You got so close.
Yeah, that one's 8.4%. Then I'm sure it is. It was either 8.2 or 8.4.
Tell
Right.
us.
Let's have a look. Yes, 8.4% was the Verdant Hearts and Minds
Get out,
Dipper.
Dave.
Oh, you got so close. And obviously, the strongest drink of them all was the Spencer Arms Bang the Elephant Whale Sounds Tipper, 10%. Hey,
You
that
do
was
realise
Yeah.
realise Pat's going away now, getting a 15% beer, so he can be the strongest beer on the weekly string.
Yeah, can I just stipulate this is definitely not a call to for people to try and find the strongest. I don't want to be accused of encouraging.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
What's the weakest beer? 9%.
Yeah, you'd be like, it was 9.1%. This one, 9.2%.
There we go. Well, we'll maybe do different different beer styles next time, and yeah, that were quite cool, that weren't it?
That was
Thanks
a good
to
one.
Joe at the Brew Club Hull for coming up with the idea. It's amazing how our minds work in it. So there we go. Right, let's have our pub shed of the week then. I have got some information from these as well. So let's give them a big shout and everyone give them a follow because it is _bar_8_ very, very new to the scene on Instagram. They've got 16 posts on there already, so they've put a fair bit on there already. There's not loads and loads to look at yet because I said they're quite new, but they've got a few videos on there as well. So definitely worth checking them out. And I have got some information from them as well. So right, here we go. I asked them where the name of the bar came from because obviously Bar 8, where's that come from? It comes from the house number, which is what a lot of people do. There's also a Bar 7 pub club in the local town where they live in Newton Abbot because they are in Newton Abbot, Devon, are Bar 8. It was established in 2023, so it was kind of last year, and it's based in the back garden of the house in King Staton, Newton Abbot. I think I've said that right. King Staton. I think I've said that right. Newton Abbot. But yeah, the Devon area. They wanted to have a home bar for gatherings with family and friends. The landlord and landlady are Gareth and Paula. Big shout out to Gareth and Paula. Favorite feature of the bar is he's got 2 beer pumps, and he's got a Man United framed shirt as well in there, 92 to 93 season.
Oh, you've lost me.
Yeah, you don't get many Man United fans on out of the 2 of these, I'm afraid. But never mind. We do have Man United supporters out there though, Bar 8.
Yeah, they can't be helped. They don't know any better.
Have a chat with Mark at the Ashmore Arms. He'll take you under his wing. But yeah, 92, 93 shirt they've got there with Bar 8 printed on the back. Pub Shed Pets is their family Chihuahua called Darcy. There you go. Regulars that come to the bar are friends called the Blackburns. And they've also got a home bar called the Isolation Arms, which is definitely worth a follow on Instagram. We may have featured them. We'll have to double check because I've heard of the Isolation. I'm sure I've seen that before, the Isolation Arms. If we haven't featured them, we definitely will, but we may have already featured them in the past. I'll double check. So it's a fairly new bar. Like I said, they've only just got onto Instagram fairly recently as well. So they're going to be making loads of new memories over the coming months and years and so on. So please do give them a follow. _bar_8_ and a couple of pictures. You can see from the style, it is very much like a garden bar, summer bar type thing. So, and they've obviously decorated for the Euros, got the England bunting up. You can see the Man United shirts behind the bar as well. The beer pumps are in there. Nice little shelving. It's absolutely spot on for the summer. And I have seen that they've got like, I don't know if this how easy it is for them to put up and down, but they've got like a front as well. So when it's, obviously when it's raining, cold, or when they shut the bar up, they can actually close the front of the, like, it's like a serving hatch type bar, isn't it? With the, that they can serve through it sort of thing. It's like an open bar. Well, they can actually cover that up. They've got a big, like, bit of wood or something that they either pull down or put in place. So I really like that as well. But yeah, it's brilliant. It's just exactly what you want from a home bar, somewhere people can pop round. You can serve your beers from it. Got a telly in the back corner as well. Perfect for the Euros. Really great looking place. What do you reckon to that?
It's nice. I like the fact that they took an open-ended one and then like put a door and a window on it, so when the weather is rubbish and they can leave the shutter up, they can still use it.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, they can easily sort of still get in there and use it in the cold months as well, or when it's chucking it down a little bit or whatever. So yeah, but they've done a really nice.
When was the last time you had a bottle of Reef?
What was that? What was that? Sorry, Dave.
When was the last time you had a bottle of Reef?
I know, yeah. One of their pictures, they've got a bottle. I didn't even know they still made it. Tropical Reefs. I remember those back in the day.
Talking quickly about Alcopops, I don't know if anybody's seen that Salt Brewery have actually done a collab with Hooch.
Have they? Oh, they might have.
They are available in Tesco's, and I have got one.
What have they called it? Has it got a particular name that's...
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, because I'm sure I've seen it, and it caught my attention.
It's called Twisting My Lemon Man.
That's it, because I thought it'd be a good beer for Liam Gluglager. He'd like that one. It's not. Is it? I don't know if it's a beer. Is it a beer infused with hooch? I'm guessing.
It's a lemon infused pale.
Ah. Well,
So,
I have to get hold of that. We'll have to do an Uncut Alcopop special. There we go. But yeah, give them a follow. So that once again is
Alcopop.
Yeah, we'll do that. _bar_8_ Give them a follow, everyone. So, what are we doing at the weekend? We've kind of briefly mentioned earlier that it's Glastonbury weekend.
Yeah, Glastonbury weekend. So we've got some friends around. We're at a pizza party Saturday. Hopefully, the weather holds out. It's going to be raining, I know, but I've got a cover. It'll be fine. So it'll be a few beers and music in the bar Saturday evening, I think. But that's other than that, that's all that is planned.
Good stuff. Excellent. Of course, there should be an England match as well. Probably on Sunday, it's looking like, I think. So we'll probably have the England matches on. I don't know if it's a 5 o'clock or an 8 o'clock. I don't know if that depends on where they finish and stuff like that. I think there's still a small chance they could play Saturday night, which we don't really want, because I think we'd end up against Germany, wouldn't we? If that was the case. Yeah. But anyway. Dave, what about yourself?
Is Dave still there?
I'll tell you what I'm up to this weekend. So,
I'm still here. Yeah.
Are you still there? We said what you up to, Dave, at weekend.
Oh, sorry. My internet crashed again whilst you were doing that. What am I up to? Well, obviously, now having a child, I'm invited to other children's birthday parties now. So on Sunday, we'll go to a friend's house whose baby's 12 months old. So got to celebrate it, year old and all that. So he said he was doing a barbecue of some form and a few beers. And he's got a pub shed, which is quite a little cool pub shed with a log burner in it and stuff. So I'll try and sneak a little couple of pictures on that and post it on Instagram because he hasn't got it. I have said to him, and I just don't think he can be bothered with it. So
yeah,
but yeah, he's got a TV and everything in it, usual things. I'll get a few pictures, and that's about it really. Saturday's going to see some family and whatnot, and yeah, and then I'm off the following week again. So
yes, we will get on to that, won't we, in just a second. So for me, yeah, I'll be trying to tune into as much as Glastonbury as I can, but I need the sad music on for this bit. It's my worst day of the year coming up. Saturday, the 29th. Is it 29th or is it 28th? 28th? Saturday? Anyway. It's the worst day of the year for me coming up. And I've had a few years off it since pre-COVID. An event takes place in Hillsborough Park called Owls in the Park. It's a great fun event for lots of families who want to come to the park and celebrate everything Sheffield Wednesday in glorious sunshine. They queue up to see the players. They, get to take part in, tombolas and gun bouncy
Penalty
castle,
shootouts.
penalty shootouts, and all that kind of thing. A bit of music on, all that, nice food and that. It's not such a good day for furry characters of the owl variety.
Massive heads.
It is the worst day ever. And I hate it with a passion. I am the most grumpiest person on the planet that day because it is too hot. And people get grumpy after they've queued for 45 minutes to see you and you walk off because you're hot. You need to get some air. People complain at you. Oh, I'm queued up for 45 minutes. Oh, sorry, I'll wait here then. I'll stand for another 45 minutes. And honestly, I'm at the brink of collapsing when I have to walk off. It is too hot, and I'm not looking forward to it. So if I die,
if anybody's in the Sheffield area and fancies having a good old laugh, get yourself to Owls in the Park.
So that's what I'm doing Sunday. There you go. But what I do have to look forward to, a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, is Dave is coming up next Wednesday to Sheffield. He's getting on train. He's coming up on train. Obviously, it's a bit of a midweek random sort of thing. So it's not something we've promoted or anything. Because we imagine most people are working hard and all that. But
people who work, that's the problem.
Yeah, I've got half a day. I've booked half a day.
People that don't work.
I've booked half a day in, so I'm meeting Dave. I'm going to take you to some.
Are you picking your gyro up first thing? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'll do that first. Yeah. But Dave, we're planning the city centre areas. So, because obviously you used to come into Kelham Island and Neeps End and all that. I thought the city centre area you need to kind of cover this time.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Can't wait to come up. Yeah, like I say, a random Wednesday, but sometimes they're the easier days to do because all you got to do is just book it off.
Exactly. Yeah,
you ain't got to move other plans around for weekends. So
there we go. So
book Thursday off.
So if anybody wants to join us on Wednesday the
3rd,
Jimbo's just going to risk it, I think.
That is a risk too far.
But yeah, 3rd of July.
Thursday just happens to be office day as well.
Yeah, come and pay us a visit. Oh, God.
There we go. So, yeah, come and visit us. That'll be great. If you can, that's great. But obviously, it's a midweek. It's probably a long way for a lot of people to come. But we're going to be there between the hours of about 12 and probably 6-ish, I think it is. City centre based as well. So near enough to train station. So if you fancy it, please do, pop up if you can. But I appreciate it's middle of the week. But there we go. So thank you very much, both. What number would you like, Andy?
Number 3.
Number 3. Here we go.
It's the shit be a fact of the week. It's the shit be a fact of the week. It's the shit be a fact of the week. It's the shit be a fact of the week. And it's brought to you by Dave.
Hold on a second, the dog's just barking.
See you next
Anyway,
week.
So Bitburger Premium German Pilsner at 4.8% is the official beer of the Euros 2024.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.